Hello, hello everyone. From today, we will begin our paper first syllabus. So I am already mentioned you that all the details of syllabus. So from today, we will start our first topic from paper first, that is called as the anatomy and physiology of udder. In this chapter, we will complete the different content of this chapter, particularly introduction, definition, external structure, supportive structure of udder, then internal structure, circulatory system of udder, then let down of milk, holding of milk, and the remaining portion, that is the biosynthesis, then characteristic of good udder, then endocrinology of udder. All these content of this topic will be covered in the all the lectures. So first of all, I will give you a brief introduction about the topic. So as we know that the mammalian species are observed on the earth since from 150 million years ago, and the as we know that the mammalian species are those who possesses the mammary gland, and as we know that the major function of mammary gland, that is to secrete the mammalian secretion, particularly it is called as a milk. So the number of mammary gland and the yielding capacity is totally depend upon the animal. It may be differ from animal to animal and species to species. So these in case of cattle and buffalo, the udder is composed of four mammary gland which contains each teat. Means the udder of cow and buffalo contains one udder and four teeth, but it is actually composed from four mammary gland. While in case of goat and sheep like animal, the udder is composed from two mammary gland. In case of beaches, in case of pig, that is called as a sow, there is a line of mammary gland. Many number of mammary gland present, particularly 10 to 12 mammary gland are present in case of beaches and in case of sow. So the number and yielding capacity of animal totally depend upon their species. The location of mammary gland also differs from species to species. In case of human, the mammary gland are located in chest region, while in case of domestic animal, cattle, buffalo, sheep, goat, the mammary gland is located in inguinal region, while in case of beech and in case of sow, it is located on the ventral side of the abdomen. So uh, then the next thing, that is, as we know why the anatomy and physiology of udder is very important, because generally the domestication of cattle, buffalo, sheep, goat, yak, such type of animals are domesticated only for the production of milk, and we can obtain the milk from the mammary gland of the animal, and that milk acts as a source of complete nourishment of the humans. And that's why one can say that the milk production is only possible after the reproduction, because there is no reproduction, there is no milk production. Milk production is always associated with reproduction. After reproduction, when the female animal is get pregnant, and when the cow gives birth to the young one, only at that time milk production begins throughout the lactation period. Now we will discuss the definition of udder. So the simple definition of udder, that is, udder is a skin gland. Udder is a skin gland. It is modified tubular skin gland located entirely outside of the abdominal cavity in inguinal region. That is called as a udder. Then another definition, simple definition, that is when one or more mammary glands are grouped together in a specific structure at the and located outside of the abdominal cavity. At that time also it is called as a udder. Then another scientific definition of udder, that is, udder is a skin gland located entirely outside of the abdominal cavity. Its only connection to the abdominal cavity is through the inguinal canal, which is a narrow tube that is about 4 inches long, and through which blood capillaries, vessel, nerve fibers, all these are leave the abdominal cavity and enters into the udder. It is also another definition. You can prefer any definition. hmm? Uh, from these three definition, you can refer any one definition which gives you 2 marks. Then the first content of this chapter, that is developmental phases of udder. So actually the mammary gland present in both the sexes, that is in case of male as well as in case of female, but the growth and development will takes place only in case of female. In case of male, the mammary glands are present, but these are the rudimentary, means functionless. The male animal is unable to produce the milk, so the growth and development is only seen in case of female. So the developmental phases of udder is divided into 4 steps. So the first step, that is called as development of udder during the embryonic stage. The next phase, that is called as development of udder from birth to puberty. Third stage, that is called as at the development of udder at the time of occurrence of first estrous cycle. The last phase, that is the development of udder during the pregnancy or during the gestation. So first step we will discuss, that is the development of udder from during the embryonic period. So when the animal is get pregnant, when the embryo is growing inside of the uterus, at that time all the organs are actually starts to develop, that is skull, guts, digestive system, nervous system, all these things. At the same time the growth of mammary gland also begins. So actually the mammary gland originates from the ectoderm, and there is a and the mammary gland is nothing but it is composed from a single layer of cells which is located the ventral side of the embryo just behind the umbilicus. Then after that this single layer of cell, that is called as mammary band, and this mammary band further differentiate into two narrow band of cells. Now it is called as a mammary line, and further the mammary line proliferates again, and there is a formation of mammary buds. Uh, so such type of development may be observed during the embryonic stage. Then when there is a complete development of embryo, then the cow gives birth to the fetus, and the next step, that is the development of udder from birth to puberty. So generally when animal is born, when the calf is born, then day by day the age of the animal may be increases. When the age increases day by day, then the body weight of animal also increases. So because of the growth of body weight, the animals we can see a slight development of the mammary gland. So because of the deposition of connective tissue in the mammary gland, particularly this growth is faster at the rate of 3.5 times faster when the animal becomes puber, means when the animal age is about 7 to 8 months. At that time the growth of mammary gland is at the faster rate, and this growth is continued up to the age of 12 months. So such type of growth may be observed during the birth to puberty stage. Then third stage, that is the development of udder during the estrus cycle. As we know that estrus cycle, which is already studied in 11th science, 11 dairy science. So estrus cycle is nothing but it is a chain of physiological event, begins from the first estrus and ending with second estrus. When the animal there is a occurrence of first estrus cycle, animal becomes puber. So because of the occurrence of estrus cycle, the different type of hormones is secreted. So the most important hormone, that is the estrogen, which is a ovarian hormone. Ovary secretes the estrogen hormone, and this estrogen hormone is responsible for the development of udder, particularly the alveolar structure, the duct system of udder is continuously developed under the effect of the secretion of estrogen hormone. So such type of a slight growth is also observed during this stage. Then last stage, that is the development of udder during the uh, pregnancy or during the gestation. When the animal is get pregnant, at that time maximum growth of mammary gland occurs. Particularly during the last phase of pregnancy, maximum growth of udder may be occurs because of the secretion of different type of hormones. So in this way the growth and development of udder occurs. So actually the developmental stages of udder, it is only for your information, it is also included in your syllabus, but it is not asked in your examination. So the next article, very important article, that is called as a external structure of udder. So as we know that udder is a modified tubular skin gland located entirely outside of the abdominal cavity. So here we can see that this is the external structure of udder. So this view is from the behind. Generally when we observe the external structure of udder, external structure means nothing but how udder looks externally. When we see the any cow, buffalo, sheep, goat, such type of animal, you can also observe it. Then we can observe such type of structure. This is called as a udder. So when we observe carefully the external structure of udder, generally udder is located in the inguinal region, and the entire udder is covered by means of a short, fine and soft hairs, except teeth. Means udder of domestic animal is completely covered by means of soft, small and fine hairs, but the teeth are hairless. Then generally the udder of cattle, buffalo and other animals are generally externally it is divided into two halves because of the presence of intramammary groove. So this is the intramammary groove. Because of the presence of intramammary groove, udder is divided into two halves. This is called as right half and this is called as a left half, right and left. So externally udder is divided into two halves, right half and left half. And further again there occur dividation, each right half as well as left half is further divides into two. Means this is the first, second, third and this is the fourth. These are the four quarter of mammary gland of the cow and buffalo. So each compartment, this is called as a quarter. Each quarter contains one teat. Means the mammary gland of cattle and buffalo composed from four mammary glands, which is called as a quarters, and each quarter contains one single teat. each. Then the udder which is seen from behind of the animal, that portion of udder, that is called as a rear udder. And from front side, when we observe the remaining two quarters, that front portion of udder, that is called as a fore udder, or that is called as a front udder. So generally when we see the rear udder uh, is larger than the fore udder. Generally the weight of rear udder is about 55 to 60 pound, and rear udder produces about 55 to 60% of milk out of the total milk production. Means fore udder produces only 35 to 40% of milk out of the total milk production. Then at the base of udder, we can observe such type of structure. This is called as a teat, and the teats are 4 in number, and at the end point of teat there is a small opening, that is called as a teat orifice. From this opening we can extract the milk from the udder. So this is about the external structure of udder. Then now we will discuss the next portion, next content, that is called as a supportive structure of udder. So the figure is exactly similar for the supportive structure also. It is called as a supportive structure, or it is also called as a suspensory structure of udder. So as we know that externally udder is divided into two equal halves by means of the intramammary groove. But as we know that udder is firmly attached to the abdominal wall. How the udder is firmly attached to the abdominal wall? For such type of support, generally the three supportive structure is very important. That is, the first supportive structure, that is called as a median suspensory ligament, another that is called as a lateral suspensory ligament, and skin covering gland. These three suspensory ligament provide maximum support to the mammary gland. In case of supportive structure, when you dissect the udder, from the base of abdominal wall, so we can observe such type of structure here. So like this. So udder is udder is divided into two equal halves, that is the right half and this is the left half. Externally it is divided because of the intramammary groove, but internally the udder is also divided into two halves because of the presence of this median suspensory ligament. Median suspensory ligament is single. It is located centrally to the udder. It present internally from the udder, and it is firmly attached to the abdominal wall. So median suspensory ligament provide maximum support to the mammary gland. Why? The udder is firmly attached to the to the abdominal wall because of the presence of median suspensory ligament. It is single in number and situated at the central line of mammary gland or udder, and generally it is very elastic in nature and it provides major support to the udder. And because of the presence of median suspensory ligament, udder is divided into two halves, right and left halves. Then further we can see such type of presence of such type of tissues. because of the presence of these tissue, again the each half is further divides into quarters, means this is the first, second, third and fourth. In this way the internally udder is equally divided into four quarters because of the presence of thin septum of connective tissue. So and then another ligament which is present in the mammary gland, this is called as a lateral suspensory ligament. Lateral suspensory ligament situated laterally like this. These are the two lateral suspensory ligaments. These two ligaments actually it provide minimum support to the mammary gland. Chiefly it is fibrous or less elastic. Median suspensory is elastic in nature, but these lateral suspensory ligaments are non-elastic, or it is called as a fibrous. So these two lateral suspensory ligaments fuse to the median suspensory ligament and it provide minimum support to the mammary gland. Then third structure, that is this one, this outer layer, this is called as skin covering gland. Means the skin, the entire mammary gland along with teeth is completely covered by means of a skin. So skin covering gland does not provide any support to the mammary gland, but it will protect the mammary gland from external injury, as well as it will minimize the swaying of udder when the animal is walking. Means it will control the movement of udder at the time of walking of animal. So this is, in this way these median suspensory ligament, lateral suspensory ligament and skin covering gland, it provide supports to the mammary gland. Why? The mammary gland is firmly attached to the abdominal wall because of the presence of these three ligaments. So the question may be asked in your examination on this content. Describe the external structure of udder for 2 or 4 marks, while this supportive structure is also asked for 2 or 4 marks. So generally question on this content, that is describe in detail supportive structure of udder. At that time you can draw the figure and then you can describe median suspensory ligament, lateral and skin covering glands. Sometime differentiate between median suspensory ligament and lateral suspensory ligament. In this way the question may be also asked. Then how will you differentiate between median and lateral suspensory ligament? So when you differentiate median suspensory ligament and lateral suspensory ligament, so actually median suspensory ligaments are only one or single in number, okay, while lateral suspensory ligaments are two in number, okay. This is single and this is two in number. Then next point, median suspensory ligaments situated at central line of mammary gland, while lateral suspensory ligaments located laterally. Third differentiation, that is median suspensory ligament provides major support to the mammary gland, while lateral suspensory ligament provide minimum support to the mammary gland. Fourth differentiation, that is median suspensory ligament chiefly elastic in nature, while lateral suspensory ligaments are generally fibrous in nature. In this way you can differentiate. So the remaining two content, circulatory system of udder and internal structure of udder, will be discussed in next lecture. Thank you.
चला ना.
झालं का?